This is the Tiny Room for Elephants, the TRFE Happy Hour. I have to stress that this is something that was started in the beginning, in the middle of COVID, when it was like really on and popping, or if that's even proper to say, but it was in Philly, and we were all inside, and we decided to connect. And it's like, hey, let's just record these and see how these go. And now I'm excited, and the part that I hate is when you're like, I'm excited, and you're excited for every episode. Yeah, right. But I'm excited for this episode because we have the Philadelphia icon, the Philadelphia legend. Now I got to do it, man. Gotta get bro. You know what I'm saying? The
sound of Philadelphia.
Icon, you know what I'm saying? Where's Philadelphia across the back, like across the country, across the world? You know what I'm saying? Reef The Lost Cauze.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, thank y'all so much for having me, man. I love y'all. You know what I mean? I love what Tiny Room for Elephants does for the city and the culture. Dame, you've always been had my back. Yaya as well. It's nice to meet y'all, two other brothers. Like, yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. Thank you.
And if you
get a little break from my kids, you know what I'm saying?
You're welcome.
Shout out to the kids.
Put a break from the kids.
If you guys don't know, Mike's our resident, he don't know. And
Mike's the resident, he don't know.
Nice.
The resident, everything is new.
Last week we had Lady Am on. He's like,
wow.
great. I just never heard of you. Where you been at?
Wow, come on,
I'm like,
yo,
hey,
listen.
That's that Fox News, man. They
hey, come on, man. Come on, man.
That's what I said. I said, you mean to tell me? So he's our resident, you know what I'm saying? He don't know nobody, which we love because we get to introduce everybody, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And if you don't know, Jason's got a clip that kind of clue you in on a little bit of what Reef The Lost Cauze is all about.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let me see this.
For me, stage show is the ultimate therapy. When people watch me perform, it's like they say, oh, it looks like you're getting some demons out. And it really is, because I do have a lot of anger inside of me, just because that's the world we live in, especially in this city. Is so much just injustice left and right. And, I'm not the type to be out there, trying to be violent, fighting people. And I think that anger and rage has to be channeled somewhere. And that's what the problem with so much of our youth is. They don't have anywhere to channel it. And for me, writing, performing, those things saved me at a very young age, because I could go and I can get those out. So the stories that I'm telling, the pain that I'm telling is so real that when I'm performing it, I want people to feel it. You know what I'm saying? I want them to understand that I'm speaking from the heart. So when I get on stage, you see all of it. And anyone that's ever seen me live don't know that I'm leaving it all out there.
Nice. That's it?
I mean,
it's gonna let it rock?
There's more. No,
you're gonna let it rock?
There's more.
All right.
Let's get you for you, because I know you don't really know Reef, but I want you to know exactly what you're dealing with.
I was about to go with the energy though. The clip was about to set it off, man.
I remember recording that, and that's the Chris Wright shot that video. Chris Wright, who Mike just met 2 weeks ago.
Damn, Mike, they coming at you, man.
Dude, every episode, I'm the guy who didn't know something, or I'm the old man. Every episode. Hey, listen, man, I wear it proudly, man. I ain't got no shame.
No
man.
doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be who you are.
Big Magazine, which was an outfit that was me and DJ Afro DJ, Jamaica Ill, and John Kaufman and Chris White. And first of all, it's an epic video, but second, it was he made it epic. When we got home, we got back and we started editing the video, then it was yo, all the spit.
Yo, the spit. I'm looking at that. Especially in COVID times right now. I'm ugh. I hope they burn that microphone.
But if you've never seen Reef perform, you're gonna get that every time, whether it's in a small little rinky-dink gym or on a stage in front of thousands of people, you're gonna get all that energy. So welcome, Reef. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Yeah.
Proper introduction. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I really appreciate that. Yeah, man. Yeah, like you said, like I just and I think that that's for a lot of artists that take the craft serious. It really doesn't matter, if it's 3 or 300 or 3,000, whatever the number is, man. You just always want to try to leave it all on the table. You want to give the people a good show, because there could be somebody watching that never saw you, and you want them to leave feeling like they got their money's worth. You know what I mean?
For sure. And I'm not sure, but everybody, just so you know, everybody in the call, obviously, Yaya, she's, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then there's Jason, JS Speaks, AKA, I call him J-Dog, and I'm trying to get more people to call him J-Dog and shit. So,
J-Dog, okay.
This is how the intro goes every week.
Go for it, you know what I'm saying?
J-Dog, okay. I'll keep that in mind.
You know what I mean? I'm encouraging, you know what I'm saying, him to embrace his inner J-Dog, and I want everybody, you know what I mean, to join in and shit, you know what I'm saying? So
J-Dog.
See, it's happening, man.
It is. It is. So, Reef, I do a interview series that been put on hold since COVID called Over a Drink. And normally what I do is I just sit down with somebody, rap about what they do, who they are, so on and so forth, kind of a get to know thing. We incorporated in this, so it's just a little shorter than normal. And lately I've been trying to listen to an artist or get to know the artist and just have that inspire what my drink is going to be.
Okay.
And
I listened to your music because Dame J, listen, I ain't gonna bullshit you.
Hey, listen, it's all good.
I hadn't heard it before 2 days ago, right?
It's all good.
But brother, soon as I popped it in, I was like, oh shit, this is like that official, that bully rap that I love. Like I'm gonna break something when I come through here. And so my first thought was, all I need is some cognac.
There you go.
I'm like, do I even need anything else at this party? Because that's all I heard. Like the music just sound like brown liquor in a smoky room, right?
Yeah,
so I was like, my wife was like, so what drink you gonna make? I'm like, dude, I think we just gonna drink cognac straight and get right to the point.
Straight up, let's go.
Even gonna bullshit it, right?
Yeah, let's go.
And then, so then I went on your IG a little while ago because Dame hit us for not having any questions. And then I realized, I'm like, yo, man, this guy's like a dad. He's like a teacher. He's like he's a full, well-rounded dude. So then I thought I probably should get the good cognac, right? I was gonna bring up the VSOP that my wife gave me, like a $400 bottle for Father's Day that nobody drinks because it's just the Father's Day drink. And I'm like, this dude qualifies for the Father's Day drink.
I appreciate that. I got the fancy cognac.
Yeah, nah, you didn't because it wasn't cold. I'm just telling you, you qualified for it.
All right, cool.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you qualified for it. But that being said, it is the afternoon, man. So I'm just gonna, brother, to you, we're gonna pour a little bit of this yak in here. And I'm not going to drink it straight, man, because my daughter's downstairs and I have to be a responsible adult too. So I'm gonna throw a little bit of ice in there, and then I got this. Oh shit! There goes the piece of ice.
5 seconds, Joe. 5 seconds.
Dude, it's so damn hot up here in this attic. That should have probably melt before I could pick it up. But I got my ginger. Homemade ginger punch that my wife makes that I brought to the party a little while ago. We're gonna put a little bit of that in there, and it's gonna be like our homemade ginger ale. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of this this lemon lime spritz in there.
Okay.
And turn it up like that.
Yeah, that sounds delicious, man.
We're gonna do it like that, and that's gonna be our cocktail for today. And that's over a drink, a little cognac, a little ginger punch.
Yeah.
And a little lemon lime spritzer.
Yeah.
And a rag, because I always spill something.
Hey, Mike, one question.
And a toast. Boom.
Did you purchase any of those ingredients to that drink or make?
Did I purchase any?
Or make?
I bought the ginger. Yeah, I bought the raw ginger when I went to the produce junction.
Okay, but your wife made the punch.
Yeah, she made the punch for me yesterday. But Dame, I was doing work around the house yesterday, brother. Like this room I'm sitting in, I actually cleaned it yesterday.
Nice.
Okay. Like, this room was a mess yesterday. It was shit all over the place yesterday.
Well, you haven't really purchased or made the accoutrement with the drink. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Dame, listen, part of the reason you get married is so you have a teammate to help pick up some of the slack for you. Right? That's part of the reason you get married, right? So, Reef, real quick though, brother. Like I said, man, when I listen to your music, man, I'm like, yo, my first thought was Freddie Fox. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but Freddie Fox is one of my favorite MCs.
Very
you know
much
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's my first, because you kind of got that sound like if I bump into you in an alley, you might rob me. But then again, you might just punch me in my face, let me keep my chain, and drop a jewel on me.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got from your music, right?
Yeah, thank you.
It's so I was like, you know what I mean? Like, but that lane, there's not a lot of artists who can really rock in that lane, in my opinion, that really deliver on a lot of tracks with that kind of energy. And I just wanted to get your perspective on that. Like, what do you think about being in that lane with artists like that?
Yeah. Well, first off, let me just say that the first time that I ever met Freddie Fox, he beat someone up in front of me. So,
see what I'm saying?
there's a legendary picture by the great photographer Mel D. Cole that captured the moment. It was backstage at a Static Select album release party, and some dude was being an asshole all night long. And then Freddie Fox and his boys showed up, and the guy wouldn't stop being an asshole. So Freddie Fox beat him up, and that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So thank you for that comparison. But yeah, man, I mean, I came up under guys like Sean Price, Chief Kamachi, who's another Philly icon, legend to me at least. You know, just that raw, aggressive style, man. And I've always, you know, I've never tried to change my music or who I am. And I came up at a time where it was more darker, a little bit more, you know, I hate to use the phrase boom bap, but it was just that, like, you know, just soulful, hardcore hip hop. And that's just something that always resonated with me. And it was the best way for me to express myself. And as far as the energy, you know, on stage and in my music and performances, you know, like I said in that clip that was played, you know, a lot of that is, you know, that's my outlet. You know, some people go to the gym, some people play ball, some people, you know, take it out on their family members, you know what I'm saying? But I that's the way I get my aggression and anger out, is a lot through the music. And, you know, there are definitely a lot of songs that I made over the years that are a little bit more reflective, a little bit more softer, but I always have to have that raw, aggressive hip hop, because that's what motivated me and made me want to be a part of it. So yeah, that's where it comes from, man. It's what I know. And I learned early on to kind of stick to your guns, you know what I mean? And not make music because you're trying to make money or because you're trying to keep up with trends. I'm just trying to be true to myself. You know what I mean?
No doubt. And then this environment, like, I don't know if, like, a lot of artists like you, like, this ain't, I mean, hip hop fans appreciate it, but the radio ain't no place for you on the radio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, to continue to stay in that lane and to continue to do that kind of music, I appreciate the fact that you didn't let the industry drive you down a lane that you couldn't fit in.
He got a song about that.
Yes.
I know. I heard that joint. That's where I'm going next. That's part of my sound.
Yeah. I just never, you know, I never got down with the, you know, and, you know, Dame and y'all tell you, you know, they've been around me long enough to know that, like, you know, we don't, a lot of our people that we rock with, they don't do the ass kissing game playing stuff. You know what I'm saying? We present our art, and if you like it and rock with it, that's what's up. If not, fuck you, keep it moving. You know what I mean? And I think that if you have that attitude, you know, you're not going to be in a lot of those rooms where the energy is on some, you know, how can I elevate myself? How can I get ahead? You know what I mean? It's a lot of shady ass people that are just in it for the money and they don't care about the culture. We are of the culture. And the last thing I need is to try to make music or carry myself or associate myself with someone that I think will, help, benefit me or get me into a higher place. If what I'm doing keeps me at a level where, I have to hustle and earn as a quote unquote, underground artist, then that's what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to just start making pop tunes because I'm trying to make some money. I'll make money other ways, but this is for real for me. This is the culture. And I don't knock any young boys that they see this as a way to make money. Do what you need to do as long as you ain't out here hurting nobody. I tell that to my students all the time. Like, listen, if you want to make music and you see it as a way as a business, that's one thing. But for me, this is truly who I am. It's truly my art. And, a lot of people say that, but I think, 20 years, you can look at the track record and see that I mean what I say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And actually, I was going to ask you about the students, but I'm going to save that for
teacher.
But I'm going to save that for later in the interview. But what I do want to ask you about is, dude, some of the hooks that you sample. You sample some great artists. You sample Nas on one of the Majestic tracks, or I think on the Majestic track. You sample Lauryn Hill for a hook. You sample MOP for a hook. Like, these are artists that I look at, like, how if it was R&B, like, you can't do a Luther Vandross song if you can't, like, you don't just redo a Luther Vandross song.
Right.
You don't pick up a Nas hook or a Lauryn hook or a MOP hook unless you really gonna go in and you gonna freak that joint. Like, did you doing those though? Like that confidence, man. Like, did you know going in, like, yo, man, this ain't gonna be nothing, man. Like, Nas ain't gonna be disappointed with.
Right. And I think that's a real principle that you need to have. If you're gonna invoke these great artists, these great names, these legends, you want to make sure that you're not coming halfway. You want to make sure that you're bringing your all. So it is kind of an added pressure. It is kind of a understanding that, you can't have this type of legendary voices on your songs and you talking some bullshit. You know what I mean? So if I ever use something from somebody else or sample somebody else's voice that I respect, I'm invoking them. So I want to make sure that I do right. So, by the off chance that Nas or somebody like that would ever hear a song that I've done with their voice being sampled, they'll be like, damn, homeboy came correct. Homeboy did it right. He didn't come, with no bullshit. You know what I mean? And I think that that's just kind of always been my steez with it. Is just like, I'm not coming if it's not 100% where I get that feeling, that vibe where I start to feel like, okay, we really got something here, then you'll never hear it. I'll get rid of it and start from scratch, because I want to make sure I impress myself and not just other people. I want to make sure that I'm good with it, that I can sit back and listen to stuff from 10, 15 years ago and not hold my head in fucking shame. You know what I mean? Like, damn, why'd you do that? You know what I mean?
So, all right, man, listen, I could go on and on and on and on with questions for you, brother, but I got to toss it back to Dame, and we got to move on to the next part of the show. I appreciate your work, man. I appreciate your music, man. You're a super talent. Shame on me for not knowing your music before this weekend. Now, but I'm in now. I spent more time on your music than I spent on the music I was supposed to listen to this weekend. So there we go with that.
Respect. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And that's a drink that I definitely need to get those ingredients. I'm going to make one of those soon myself.
No doubt.
That was a great drink, Mike. That's what's good.
That was a great one. I say it every week, but that was one of the best.
We thank you, wife, for the ginger mix. You know what I'm saying?
And I love Hennessy. They used to call me and my sister the Hennessy sisters.
Yes. I got off Hennessy, I told you, when I went to tequila, but once I heard his music, I was like, listen, man.
You gotta crack that Henny open. Yeah.
This dude is brown liquor all day long, man. Like, if you show up and you got something that ain't brown, he might fight you. Sure. Like, yo, why you bring that shit in here, man? Brown liquor, bottles.
Can I ask what was Alma's?
Oh, she got the sparkling wine mimosa.
Ooh, yes.
That's what she got with the fresh oranges.
Yeah,
I squeeze the fresh oranges in there for, you know what I mean? And she got the sparkling wine with the fresh oranges. You know what I'm saying?
You want it. Yep.
I'm trying, man. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure every week. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure every week, man. Like, y'all don't get it. Y'all think I'm a single drink guy. All I drink is cognac. I mean, all I drink is tequila. That's it.
Okay.
And so every week I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do next week?
Right.
All that.
You're succeeding, Mike. You're succeeding.
You're
not trying, you're succeeding. So along the same lines, like Reef, like we've been asking all the artists, like, are you like one of those COVID creatives? Like, oh my God, I just wrote like 5 opuses and I'm like about to release them all on all my platforms and shit. Yeah. Or like, are you like me? Like I didn't do nothing for the first, like I was just focused on in a different place. You know what I mean?
Yo, I ain't done shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, my children have been home. My oldest is 9. He's nonverbal autistic. So that him alone is dealing with, 40 different things a day. Then I have a 5-year-old going on 6-year-old. He was just starting to get into the swing of school. He was Mr. Social Butterfly. He had that ripped from him. I also have a 9-month-year-old. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm done. Like that's it. We got our girl. We good. But so you throw that in. We in a modest South Philly row home. There's not too much space. My wife's been working from home. I'm working. I have different hustles that I'm dealing with. So when the creative stuff happens, I try to sit down and write with it. I'm working on some new stuff too. I feel like the later half of all this has kind of brought a little bit more creativity to it. But that first couple months, man, I'd say March through like June, it was just trying to figure out how to get through day to day, man. That was the last thing on my mind, was trying to, force some art out of me. And I commend anyone that's used this time to, create and do whatever they needed to do. But I feel like if you're just getting through this every day, you deserve all the kudos in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because this is new territory that none of us have ever experienced in our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So, so to answer your question, nigga, no, I ain't done shit.
You just released a song recently, right?
Well, that was just a collaboration with my man, Mr. Liff. It was for his record that's coming out. I believe it should be out. It might be out this week. I think it might be this Friday. But my man, Mr. Liff, Boston Underground, Duff Jux, great guy, great MC, featuring Murs, another one of my contemporaries and friends. This other brother named Blueprint, who's also incredible. It was called 846. And it was basically about, the police brutality and things like that. And I had written a verse for that that came out. And it was the first thing I released or been a part of released this year. I had a bunch of stuff in the pipeline that I was working on. But then, like I said, the world came to an end. But yeah, that was the first thing that I had dropped this year. And, it's doing very well. I was concerned about, I don't want us to feel like we were exploiting the situation. So I had my concerns with that. But once I heard everybody's verses and, obviously it was all black men, which is a rare thing in the underground for all black brothers to get together and make a song that's dealing with something so serious. And everybody bought it. The beat was crazy. I thought the hook was really great. So I was happy to be a part of that. So yeah, that just dropped like 2 weeks ago. It's getting very, very good responses. So
that's what's up. And that's the perfect way to lead into our music segment. We've been once 1 week we'll do we'll feature our music series, and then 1 week we'll pick a couple of records to listen to. And part of it is like COVID listening, what did we listen to? When shit shut down, it was like we just in a crib. And then also it was just random things. So J-Dog, you want to take it away, J-Dog?
J-Dog, what's up?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk about Lianne La Havas because I feel like I know her better. But yeah, we listened to Lianne La Havas's new self-titled album. And she's British, singer-songwriter. She came up as a background singer with this British artist, Paloma Faith. But she sang background for Prince. She's been, super talented, and a lot of people say overrated, but I feel like this album was finally her way of kind of breaking out or underrated. I feel like this album was that, breaking out of that. And she talks a lot about learning how to play guitar and how that really changed her songwriting thing. And you can hear that in her songs. I as someone who's listened to a few of her albums, I can hear her first album was like guitar heavy. Everything was guitar, you know, and you could really hear she had fallen in love with it, and she was like in that honeymoon phase. And now things have kind of, I think, expanded a bit. And she still like has her unique tone with it, but she just has an incredible voice. It's really powerful, but it's also really delicate at times. So we're gonna listen to a little clip, and then we'll talk a little bit about it here. So I picked my favorite track on this was "Can't Fight." And I think every song on here was a love song. So not much to say specifically. Here we go. Let's go.
The things that I want and need, they always seem to be at odds with me. Why? When did heaven get this heavy? Everything's right until it's wrong, but something about you feels like a home. Baby, you know that you got me gone. You're pulling me back and I'm going under. A little bit, a little out, a little bit, is that enough? I can't fight away this love. I knew that I should give it up. I tried to run, got my heart stuck. I can't fight away this love. Can't fight away just a little love. A little bit, just is that enough? I can't fight away this love. I knew that I should give you up. I tried to run, got my heart stuck. I can't fight away this love. 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 Knew that I can't give you up. I can't fight away this love. I can't fight away this love. Can't fight away this love. This love.
This is what I play on the way to my babe's house, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Windows down, sun shining, and I'm driving.
The whole album or just that song?
I actually like the whole album. She reminded me a little bit of Corinne Bailey Rae, that sort of, I don't know, because she's British too, if that's like that Britishy sort of vibe going on there, but it was reminiscent of that to me. I hate to say people sound like, but I thought of Corinne Bailey Rae.
There you go.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought you needed like a Rick Ross feature or some shit, man. Just like drop right in, like some boss love and shit, man. But like I tried to listen to it at home, and I just I was around the house, and it was like Jay said, it was like a lot of love songs, and you know, I was like, not really feeling it right now. But I took a bike ride, and I was like, it was so hot that I need to slow down. So I put that on, and it had me at a dope tempo, just on some functionality shit, cruising. If I live by water or some shit, I'm shit on the bay, we on a bike ride, just shit.
Folk music.
I give her one of my ear pods, and I had another one, and we'd be this I mean, this will be that album and shit, man.
Word.
I never heard her before, so I was really appreciative to hear to somebody now.
Yeah. So this is my first time checking her out too. And obviously I didn't have that much time, but I like what I heard. Like you said, Corinne Ray Bailey. I definitely got the British vibe. I even take it further back. It had maybe because of the instrumentation, it had a brand new heavies type style, that, London cool, vibing type of night. What I was doing when I was listening to it was chasing, these Rugrats around. So I think it's more of a Sunday kicking back or even cleaning the crib. You know what I mean? It has that type of vibe from what I heard. She has a beautiful voice though. So
yeah.
Amazing.
She's got a lot of popularity just during COVID because she's done she did a Tiny Desk concert from her house, and she's done a few like streams from her house, which just her and like a nylon string guitar, and it's just gorgeous.
Word.
So she's got the talent there to hold it all down on her own too, which I think is awesome. You know.
Word up.
So I listened to it while I was driving someplace. It was a little too mellow for me. Beautiful voice. That track you played was probably my favorite. That's the most I had the most energy. You know, 1-2 songs I can handle that. You know what I mean? I'm in the car by myself. A whole album of that, it might be too much for me. And that's where it was. And when you said it was a whole album full of love songs, sad part is when you said we're gonna play it, I forgot that I had listened to it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just that mellow, dramatic. Like it was just that same monotone energy through the whole album. I was like, when is this thing gonna pick up? When is this thing gonna take me someplace else?
And it really doesn't.
And it never does. And I mean, that doesn't take anything away from each individual song being a good song. It's just me as a listener. I like to go on a bit of a journey. I like to be taken to different places. And it was almost like she just...
Tell us, Mike. Tell us what you want, man.
You know what I'm saying? She just kept me in the same place. So honestly, I checked out on the album before it ended because I'm like, she's not going anyplace.
It's like, also long. It's like
and maybe that's what it was. I'm like, I get your point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with you, you know, and it's cool, but don't you do anything else? You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like what the album did to me. You know what I'm saying? So when I was about to say, damn, was this part of our assignment? Because I had even forgot that I listened to it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
There's something about long albums now because I'm so used to like EP version. When I see something that's more than like 7 or 8 songs, it's like, that's long to me.
That's true. That
happened to me. There used to be double albums and double CDs where it was like, and now something
we had a lot more time. You know what I'm saying?
But if you're gonna give me a long album, you got to give me variety. That's just me personally.
And the pressure as an artist, like how you do 20 awesome songs, like that's hard.
Yeah,
so I would say I think her older stuff is more diverse. The first album she had, her first hit was nearly a rock song, and it was really powerful. And I think that's a fair critique of this project, that it is a lot more chill and it doesn't have the ups and downs to really kind of.
And I needed that because I checked in and I'm like, oh, I like this chick. Like I like her voice. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be able to rock with this. And I got that same brand new heavies kind of vibe. Like I'm gonna be able to rock with this. But then like 4 songs in, I'm like, okay, where else are we gonna go? Yeah. Song 5, song 6. I'm like, we in the same place.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, man, I think it's a it's a vibe record. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, like I said, you gotta be kicking it or, you know, doing something, you know, housework type of, you know, I have albums like that where I throw it on when I'm trying to clean up or, you know, just kick back. So I think it's one of them type of records.
It reminds me of something my kid would like. My daughter's 22, and I'm like, you know.
Sharing this stuff with your wife and your daughters? Are you like, hey, here's some?
I did. Actually, I shared it. As soon as I started playing it, I shared it with my kid. Because I'm like, this is your lane.
Right.
But I'm like, part of the reason, you know, I feel like y'all millennials ain't doing shit because this is your fucking lane. Like, turn off this mellow ass music and get up and do something. Like, y'all need something a little more energy to kick you in the ass. That being said,
you don't like Little Uzi, so like, what you want?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't like Little Uzi because I can't understand him.
You can't have it both ways.
It's a difference. It's a difference. It's not that I don't like him because of what he's making. It's like I'm not. I don't understand what the hell he's saying. I'm not like, you know, or he's repeating himself. Well, I like depth. I like variety. I'm an old man, Dame. How many times? My birthday's tomorrow, Dame. Did I tell you that? I'm gonna be 49 tomorrow, Dame. Did I tell you that?
Happy birthday, man.
So thank you, brother. So I need, you know what I'm saying? I need depth. I need something to drive me, man. And it, you know, when you get to be our age, you've seen enough already. You know what I'm saying? So to drive you need some energy, man. Like, all right, I get it, you're in love. I get it, you just met this dude. I get it, he's the best thing that ever happened to you. I get all of that, but guess what? I've met 100 people like you before. What else you got? Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mean to be that guy, but that's the guy I am.
Wow, that went downhill.
But she's a great singer, and the music was good. As singles, let me put it this way. If I heard
Mike off that
song,
Henny, y'all.
Yeah, see, that's what happens. That's why I stopped drinking this. That's why I stopped drinking this, Reef. That's why I left the Henny alone because, you know, Cass was like, yo, Mike, man, you get that Henny in you.
Yo, I'm going to
stop, Reef, because you pointed out you made a good point there, Reef.
Mike ain't been as hype for nobody else.
I see him. That's that him rock, man.
Go ahead, sweating. Go ahead, sweating.
And we ain't even get the fucking Freddie Gibbs yet, man.
Ooh,
like, come on.
Yeah,
like,
you got a kick in the ass. There you go.
Ooh.
All right, go ahead. Play the Freddie Gibbs shit. Go ahead, move on to Freddie Gibbs.
First of all, did you see that segue? Did you see how I segued that?
Yeah, that was perfect. That was good. That was very good.
Good work, Dan.
We're still learning. This is a learning process for us.
For a sixth episode, I'm segueing off of Mike with the Henny. Like,
gotta point out the good segues when they come, man. You know what I mean?
Dame, you want to talk about Freddie?
Talk about it.
Well, Freddie was a COVID listen, because he dropped during COVID, which was awesome for me because I'm a Freddie Gibbs fan. I'm a fan of music in general, but I'm a fan of artists that that can carry it every way. Like we talk about Reef. Yo, what you hear on stage, what you see on a record is what you want to hear on stage. It's not going to be there's no need for a background track or a TV track. Consistently for me, Freddie has said hey, nobody's going to out rap me or out thug me. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you get from his record. So for him to drop, it was for me, it was this is something I can it's kind of normal for me, you know what I'm saying? In a time where the TV's going crazy. But with that being said, I really appreciate it. I thought it was great. Sometimes it's you know what you're going to get, but it's what are the little sprinkles, the features. I enjoyed the joint with him and Rick Ross.
Good joint. I like that one.
I enjoyed the features on the records, because I like to see him rapping with other people. Reef is somebody that has a lot of features. He's been a feature on a lot of records. So you get to see, how Steel sharpens steel and how, and how other people push each other. So, and how, for him on that, for example, him on that Ross record, it lends to Ross's legacy, but then it also, it lifts up, you know what I'm saying? His everything and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, things like that, I thought it was great. I thought it was a good listen during COVID. And I do think it was one of the stronger albums that have come out this year.
Yeah.
Well, let's listen to a track.
You said you thought it was one of the strongest albums to come out this year?
One of them, yeah.
Okay.
In hip-hop, for sure.
Okay.
Agreed.
So let's listen to Frank Lucas. That's
the joint with Benny, right?
With Benny Picture. Here we
that's
go.
My favorite joint on there.
Yeah, man.
I was just about to mention that one. Nice call, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Nice call, Jay.
Here we go.
Spray my soul to keep dead or lay me down. SWAT team, my machine gun or grenade me down. And if they do, tell my people just hold my babies down. Nigga, we need to go back to pages like it's the 80s now. Fuck rap, bitch, I'm popping off a poppy seed. My name cocaine, they ain't gon' put me in the nominees. Since gangster years brought back the bars, I see a lot of these. Niggas, this my sons, I wish they mamas would've swallowed these. Nigga, capping ass, nigga. Jeezy used to say, boy, you want rapping ass, nigga. I said I'm shipping packs, I don't need no advance, nigga. Niggas thought I took a loss, but I jumped off and I got richer. Shit is funny when you think about it. Rolex too big, I took a link about it. Frank Lucas, I hit the closet, pulled a mink about it. Living this life, pussy dream about it.
Buried me with ratchets, let the feds tell it. Apparently I'm active. Gucci hoodie smell like kerosene and ashes. Don't get carried away. I pin up and look how carefully I stack it. Got your advance check buried in the mattress. We the Yankees on the pennant run. You needed soldiers, I heard you renting some. Telling war stories and you ain't been in none. But look what I converted to. From letting burners loose out convertibles. My bitch gon' be the driver for a pursuit. Nah, my finger never could point. You know pussy best when it's moist. Got a hammer and a brick from a plug I met in the joint. Miami, Super Bowl weekend, I got head in the Royce. We chasing cheddar, of course, I wouldn't care if it's Deutsch. It was either law school or dog food. If I was making y'all moves, we all lose. Make these sucker niggas pay, those was all rules. You gon' need more guns and lucky horseshoes. Never took an L, but a few lost to mine. New love downtown and this view was hard to find. Sold lines to abusers, now abuse y'all with lines. I'm in this black thing, he ain't just a few cars behind. I bought two of everything, they said dude lost his mind. 2 gold Cubans like I'm trying too hard to shine. 2 whips, 1 a coupe that's too small to drive. 2-car garage, 2 broad massage. Niggas think I be frontin', but I just be talking that real shit. I don't expect everybody to feel it though. Cause y'all niggas not really like that.
Jesus.
All of your faces, everybody had on their stank face. Like sometimes woman in the group, like I'm just looking.
That's what I'm here for.
And your face was the confused at the stank face look.
Hey guys, I'm going with it.
Listen, now I'm here for that rap music that women don't want to hear. Like that, like I'm here for that rap music. I'm here for that. And listen, I'm of that era when like, yo, man, you in the club and it's only like all dudes in here. We banging off the wall. Listen, that's what it is, man. I like that raw dog, heavy metal, hip hop shit, man. That's what I'm here for.
Whoa.
And now I'm done talking. All right.
Oh man.
I don't like that sweet shit, Yaya. I'm not here for that sweet rap.
I know.
And Frank Lucas joint was one of those joints that were heavy. I don't feel that same way about the whole album. I thought the whole album leading up to that song was kind of the same kind of energy getting to that song. And then that song, when that song hits, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm glad I waited for this song. But lyrically, I thought the dude was phenomenal. I mean, Freddie Gibbs, I really enjoy him lyrically, but I probably won't revisit the album. You know what I'm saying? Like I put it in I added it to my my Apple Music, so maybe it'll come up in my shuffle as a single, but I won't listen to the whole album again, man. The Frank Lucas joint though, I'll listen to that one again. That's a banger.
But yeah, I mean, I love this record. I love what Gibbs is doing right now. Like, we get to, every once in a while, we get to witness, as hip hop fans, you get to see somebody that kind of gets into a groove and has a run. His records with Madlib, this record. I mean, I just think right now he's doing it very, very well. And I think for Alchemist to be 25 years in, he seems to just be getting better with his shit. It's just a great marriage. The features, like you said, Dane, like I think the features really boosted it up. I was shocked to see Tyler on there, but he bodied his verse.
I was about to mention that one next.
Bodied his shit. He got on some like, young rich nigga shit, which, very rare for him. He's usually more abstract with it. Benny always brings it. I thought the Ross thing was beautiful to see. Like, here's this dude who's multi-platinum, reaching out and getting on somebody that's a little bit more kind of on the rise. But I just think it's a dope rap record. Anything that Gibbs drops, I'm definitely on it. He just got that slick talk. He's not reinventing the wheel. He's not, making uplifting. He's just talking gangster shit, and he does it well, and I'm here for it. You need Freddie Gibbs the same way you need, your Lupes and your Chances and your Black Thoughts, the guys that make you go get a dictionary. You need dudes that just sound like they fresh off the corner, and he's that for me. So I rock with Gibbs. Yeah, I like the record a lot.
Okay, that's fair. I like that description. I like that.
Mike, you funny as shit, though.
I was going to mention that Tyler carried the joint because Tyler carried it super, super well, and also, like I said, the features, man, like seeing like him rapping with like a bunch of well-rounded different individuals, I thought was great. Yo, real quick though, like, do you know how many features or you've been on? How many times you featured on somebody else's shit, and how many features you've had? Because looking at it's a lot of.
It's hundreds, man, hundreds. Yeah, it's hundreds. I mean, and a lot of them are from guys that reached out to just do business, and they didn't really do anything with their career. And like, I appreciate that, but a lot of those verses I wish I could get back, because I gave a lot of heat to people that really didn't do too much with it.
Wow.
But we've actually been talking, me and my producer, engineer, Caliph now, we have a hard drive just filled with those type of Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not ashamed to say, like, you'll never catch me on Twitter, you know, talking about versus half off for the next half hour, $200, none of that bullshit. If you reach out to me, I'm a man with a family. I got business to take care of. If you reach out to me and you come correct and the money right, I'll get on your song. And go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, like, I can't tell you how many shows I've been at. Like, no, you go to a show, I'm going to, like, you know, the TLA to see so-and-so. And it's some random local somewhere rapper who gets on, and then Reef pops out for a special guest verse, and he comes out, kills the verse, and they're like, all right, thank you very much. And it's like,
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
It's like Reef and Freeway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Free. Yo, I always joke with Free, man. Like, all you got to do to summon Freeway is just start playing the What We Do Is Wrong beat. He'll pop up from out of, you know what I'm saying? He'll just appear, bro. You could be in the mountains. You start playing that beat, Free going, you know what I mean?
Hey, real quick, Free, they did that. Free was at the station one day. I don't even know why he was there.
And he did What We Do Is Wrong, though, didn't he?
And we had a DJ out front, and he threw on What We Do Is Wrong. Free, it just became an open concert. It was like Halloween. I don't even know why he was there. Like, I think he was there talking about, you know, because he had the kidney deal. I think he was there talking about the kidney transplant and all that. He came out, and the DJ was like, "Oh, we got Freeway." And like, he threw on the What We Do Is Wrong. It turned into a Freeway concert.
Yo, man, he has embraced. He has embraced that. That's the Philly national anthem. He will rock that anywhere that beat drops. So
no doubt.
But so yeah, there's a lot of features that, like, you know, some of them came out really great. And they did what they were supposed to do. But there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people that, like, I kind of feel like I wasted verses. You know what I mean? Like you were talking about Dame with, you know, guys that, you know, you might catch them. You probably see them that one time at the TLA. You never see them again. And it's like, bro, like, you know, you had some heat. Like, I might have to snatch that back, or maybe not snatch it back, but take that verse and just throw it on like a mixtape or something. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm telling you, like, I show up to it. It could be anywhere, and it's like, I think Reef here. It's like, I even know he's here. It's like, I see him on stage. I'm like,
on the humble.
And then and then I see him in the audience after. I'm like, yo, what's up? You want to drink or something? He's like, no, I'm about to be out. I gotta go back to the fam. I just came out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
in and out, man. In and out. Business, man. Yo, unless it's something like, you know, like Tiny. Like after I did Tiny Room for Elephants, I tell you, we was in there drinking that. I don't remember what the vodka company y'all had, but we was in there getting smizzed. Like, I'll stay for that. You know what I mean? I'll stay for something like that. Yeah. What was the name of that vodka again?
That was 3 Olives.
3 Olives. 3 Olives.
Is good vodka, my wife said. I'm not a vodka dude. My wife.
That's the time everybody left with a hand, right?
Yep.
That was nice. That was a good time. That was a good time.
So I want to talk a little bit about the production on this Freddie album, Alchemist, because it's real. It's kind of reserved, you know. I feel like that track with Benny's like. That's probably the hardest snare on the album. A lot of it is like just sample based and not really like overdone with the heavy drums. You know, he really lets the samples speak. And I think that's a real delicate art, you know, and Alchemist just killed it. And Dame and I have talked about that with stuff like not everything needs the drum break over it, you know, like just getting the getting the sample to really speak. And I think it also takes a real talented rapper to hop on that without the heavy drums and to carry it with the vocals too, you know?
Right. Either because if not, then it just becomes a snooze fest. You know what I mean? Like if you just got somebody rapping over just loop samples and they're not, you know, bringing that energy, don't have that type of flow, you know, you're in for a boring song. And I think that speaks to their connection. I think that speaks to Gibbs, you know, slang and style. That I think that they matched up perfectly. But yeah, like to your point, like a lot of people can't do that, make those type of beats where it's just a soul sample and nothing much else. But Alchemist digs, man. Like he, you know, if you follow him online, he's always shopping for records. He's always in the lab, always creating. And I just give him so much props because, you know, he's Eminem's tour DJ. So off that alone, he don't got to do as much as he does with the hustling on the music. And he's just constantly putting stuff out, man. So I rock with that dude heavy. He's so good at what he does, man.
And if I'm not mistaken, like I remember Alchemist, like from like my first really introduction to Alchemist, like was like Prodigy and shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So and if you're familiar with Prodigy music, it was like it was that thugged out ambient, like
Right.
You might not get a snare. It's just like the rumblings of like, yo, shit's going down.
Yep.
And I think he's like, you know, over the years, he's like just tweaked that and like, you know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate like just his journey as a producer as well. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Hey, thank y'all, man. I'm gonna go back and listen to it again. Y'all gave me a new perspective. I'm just saying, Yaya, they gave me a new perspective. Like Jay talked about Alchemist like he's a pitcher at a baseball game. You know what I'm saying? Like no, the way he caressed the beats and it. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that kick. I'm looking for that drum.
You need that snare.
I need that snare. I need that shit. I need that shit to drive me. But Jay gave me it, made me think of it a little different, man. Y'all.
That's how I listen to music,
conversation.
You know?
And also, I'm gonna tell you from somebody that else has like, you know, I go to a bunch of shows. We all go to a lot of shows, but I'm going to a bunch of shows, and I've seen Freddie Gibbs like, you know, probably well over 7-8 times in like various parts of the country, you know, and he delivers. Like that's something that's like, you know, I think it's not said enough. Like how you're hearing him rapping on these records is what you're going to get on stage. Everybody don't do that. Everybody,
I love that.
Like,
that means a lot.
You go see Currency, you know what I'm saying? How he's rapping on those records is what you're going to get on stage. And I think that's super important for like as an artist, like, you know, so you could like, you really buy into it more when you're like, oh shit, like this ain't just like studio like lyrics. This is like, oh, he can actually really rap. You know what I'm saying? So when you listen
I think it's very, very seldom very few things disappoint me more than hearing someone that I love on a record and then seeing them live and they're terrible. You know what I mean?
Been there, done that.
Yeah, man.
Had some heartbreaks.
It is. Yeah.
Somebody said to me, like, yo, don't go see your idols. They'll break your heart. And I was like, dude, I've had that happen multiple times, man.
For sure. So J-Dog, I think that was it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the music review. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What'd you think? Freddie Gibbs.
Well, I was hoping nobody called on me.
I didn't raise my hand.
I was going to let it rock. Like in the back of my mind, I'm like, is she going to give her opinion? But then like, J-Dog.
Told Dave, don't call on me before this call.
Just so you know.
And then when I heard the excerpt, I heard the sample, and I was like, okay, I'm good off of hearing that. I'm happy with that. And just to hear some of the description, maybe I'll listen to it when I'm working out. You know, I'm all about it. Maybe that might make me be like, oh, and like really zone in, you know what I mean? Go extra hard with the, I may, but I didn't listen to that.
I see you with the humble gun flex too. I'm just saying.
I know, I see that.
I'm on a program.
She said I'm on a program.
All right. Get it.
So I'll keep you posted. But
all right.
Sure.
Is that your lane though, Yaya? Like you into like which is that? Would that be? Would you just pick it up on a like just like yo like oh Freddie Gibbs got a new album, let me check it out?
Not usually, but when I ride in a car with Dame, he just plugs anything into it, and I just have to go with it. So you know, I might want to come in with like some house music, and he'll be like, "Nope, this is new." And if you know, it doesn't matter what kind of vibe I was on.
I dig it.
So you know.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
That was our music series, man. Yo, thank you, Reef, for tuning in.
Yeah, for sure. I thought that was a cool little added bonus to doing the interview. You know what I mean?
And a little homework, but you know what I'm saying? We make it interesting. Man. I just want to say we really appreciate having you on here and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having me.
Like, I really appreciate your social media. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be in a mood or like, you know what I mean, going on, and I go on your stories and I see greetings, and I'm like,
greetings.
The world is normal. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, like you know, I think that's something that you know, it'll separate you from the pack a little bit more if you're able to give yourself. I know a lot of dudes are super guarded. Their social media is, you know, here's my new record or here's where I'm playing next, and that's about it. For me, I try to have fun with it. You know, I want you to see my family. I want you to see what I got going on outside of music. And also, like, you know, I'm a funny motherfucker, man. So I try to, like, you know, I want to tell some jokes. And, you know, I have a lot of observations that I see. You know, one of my heroes is Seinfeld. And I love the way that, like, dude would observe the most random shit and break it down for people, you know. So I try to get on my you know, my toolbox, so to speak, where I'm using everything that I have to draw people in, and it's worked. It's helped a lot, man, because there are a lot of people that follow me that don't even really, you know, they like the music, but that's not why they follow me. They follow me because they know they're gonna get genuine content. You know what I mean?
So I guess for Mike, you know what I'm saying, for the people that don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, for those that don't know.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. The most beautiful part about life is learning, man.
There you go. There you go.
So for people that don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like Reef is the local OG around here with these parts. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean any disrespect by calling you an OG. I just
it's there now. Yeah,
you earned it. You know what I'm saying? Like you walked it, like I said, across the country, across the world. I think I think you hit my radar just as a local musician, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like Philly nigga, with like, you know, Juju Mob and Army of the Pharaohs around that time.
Yeah,
like
we talking that's 04, 05. So we talking 15 years, man.
Yeah, you mentioned Chief Kamachi, like go way back with Chief. Like, I mean, I remember his first endeavors with music, as far as like, you know, he did stuff for like, you know, he was on stuff with Kaz and so forth. So I mean, like, just so we talking 15 years. So just the journey of like just in the music business, right? Like from you going back to a time when like, you know, you still dealing with like reel to reel to like you know, mastering and vinyl and
CDs,
then an MP3, truly like digital. Like, what has that been like navigating like as a fairly, you know, I guess you've been on labels, but I mean, you're still a relatively independent artist, right? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, what's that journey been like?
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, like, you know, I've there was a lot of people in the early 2000s that got into the music game, on the independent music game, that had, you know, you had some rich kids, you had niggas with drug money. And the one thing I learned was that all money ain't good money. You know, if you're going to be independent, the best way to be is to be completely independent. Invest in yourself. And I learned that. I don't want to say I learned it the hard way, but there was a lot of stuff that was given to me up front that now I don't know what the back end is. I don't know what it made because I only got this. And it might have been a great check. It might have done a lot of things, but I don't control a lot of my earlier music. So the last half of my career has been much better because I learned the business. And I tell all these young boys, like you said, referred to as the OG, when they come to me for advice, I tell them, yo, don't go give that nigga, you know, $1,000 to get on your song because take that $1,000 to get you a publicist. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of, you know what I'm saying, worried about, you know, a fashion shoot or, you know, trying to, you know, have the craziest video, take some of that money and invest in figuring out your publishing and things like that. You know what I mean? So for me, it's been a blessing the digital way because it is much more easier to control your catalog and control your music. Like for me, I deal with Bandcamp, you know, Spotify and all that, but I see everything as it comes in real time. You know what I'm saying? As we're talking, you know, things are flying across my screen that are keeping me updated with my shit. And it wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? Like real talk on my kids, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't like that before. And a lot of times, sometimes you know, when things are down and we all get in those moments where we think, oh man, if I'd have done this differently or that differently, maybe you know what I mean? Or you hear about some corny rapper getting another $1 million deal. I often think about the fact that, you know, I dealt with so much stress and drama at this level. I couldn't imagine dealing with it on a level that's so high that like you see a lot of these people lose their mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm grateful for being independent and learning the ropes as I go. And, you know, I'm 38, man. And this dude's like, you know, Thought is damn near 50 and he's dropping the best music he's ever made right now, lyrically. You know what I'm saying? Like he's on a mountain that you can't even climb right now. You know what I mean? So I'm inspired by the fact that my journey's really just getting started, man, because not only is my mind getting sharper and my business is getting sharper. And when those two things collide, I think you're able to really be able to try to see the trees from the forest, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? There was a lot of smoke and mirrors shit that I got caught up in when I was younger dealing with, you know, guys making promises and things like that. And like I said before, I tell everybody, keep all your shit to yourself. Don't let nobody else get their hands in, because even if they come in with, you know, checks and things like that, it's all about the back end. You know, I want my kids to be able to still eat off of stuff that I put out, you know, 10, 15 years ago. And there's some stuff that they're not going to be able to touch because I was greedy and took the upfront money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's super
He
important.
talking that shit right now.
like you know, that's also why it was like, you know, you gotta have Reef on, because like it's the information, man. Like
Yeah, man.
information age, and it's like I don't think enough. I won't say kids, people that are our age that think that the music industry is being made, and it's like that's a small sliver of what the music industry is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like there's so many ways to, like, you know, shout out to Peter, skin a cat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that, like, there's so many, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just think it's super important that,
For sure.
that the information, like, flows in that way, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like this. Like, it's you can do, like, there's more letters in the word business than there is music. You feel me? So you can make music all you want. You can have fun with music, but the moment you decide that you're going to try to earn money and make a living off of it, you got to learn what you're getting yourself into, man. Because there's a lot of people that know a lot more than you do, and they know you don't know shit. And they sitting there with the how the cartoons used to be, with the napkin and the fork and the knife, like sitting at the table, like, yeah, come on up, dummy. You know what I mean? So don't be that. Learn as much as you can. You got a computer in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? You got a computer in your pocket.
Let's talk about it. So, what, like, the first time you went overseas, why did you go, and what was that experience like for you?
So the first time I ever went over to Europe, I went, I got called from a guy named R.A. the Rugged Man, who's an underground legend and a psychopath.
R.A. I know R.A. I mean, I don't know him, but I know his music.
You talking that Mike?
Surprise, Dame. I know R.A. the Rugged.
So I went over there with him. My first tour was with him and another crazy dude named C. Ray's Walls. So these are two New York underground dudes, you know, like out of their mind. They're way older than me, and I was a young boy. And I learned, man, that was the best boot camp education, because I realized, man, that, like, and I know Dame for a fact. I know Yaya for a fact. Y'all can attest to this. Like, you know, there's people that make music, there's people that rap, and then there's like rappers. And I was on tour with rappers where it's like they don't know how to, like, do anything besides rap. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just get from point A to point B without somebody helping them. And I became that guy because, you know, I might have been 22, 23 years old, but, you know, we from Philly, man. We carry it a little bit different. You know what I mean? We learn how to move when we not home, I think a little bit differently than other people do. I don't know. It's just something I've seen over the years. It's just something about Philly people. Like, we know nonsense when we far from home. Like, we get it done. And the first time that I went way far from home, I was with these two guys that were, you know, bigger than me, as older than me in age, but not older than me mentally. And from that tour, I left such a good impression with the tour manager and the people that I met at the venues. You know, I went up to the sound man and introduced myself and gave him my music and, you know, bought them a beer from the bar. I did everything you're supposed to do when you want to come back somewhere. And the people I met from that first tour continue to book me to this day. And we talking, you know, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, and that's another thing that I tell these young boys, all that posturing and posing and you the coolest dude in the room, they'll remember that. And it might not be for the reasons you want them to remember. You understand? Like, they'll remember how you carried it. They'll remember how you treated everybody in the room. And what I learned is that, you know, I was raised to have respect from the CEO to the janitor. And if you booking the tour or you cleaning the venue up after everyone's leaving for the night, I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to introduce myself. I might end up showing you pictures of my kids. We're going to have a relationship before I leave the building. And that first tour led me to be able to continue to tour over there to this day. What's up? Am I talking too much?
Nah. Like, Mike appreciates your Mike. I'm sure Mike, and as well as I appreciate your jewel dropping.
Dude, I love that grown man talk, man, because
I do honestly too. Just as a mom, I'm always manners go so much further than people get credit for. Like I always tell my son that, like manners, treating people with respect, that goes further. I've seen it go further than a college degree.
For sure, for sure. Relationships, yeah.
I hear so much in what you're saying. Like after listening to your music and now listening to you, I'm like, dude, I see how his music gets to where it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I see where it's coming from now, and it kind of it's like filling in some gaps for me, man. Because you know when I first heard the music, I'm like, all right, I like what he's saying. I see where he's going. Like you some of the samples you use, like you use the Boys in the Hood, the Lion Fishburne sample on the joint. You know what I'm saying? And like some of the different samples you use, like was just so like, yo, man, like this dude got a little history and a little knowledge of the game with him, because he's picking stuff and he's talking about stuff that isn't like you had to be around and you had to see a few things. You have to know a few things. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And so now listening to you now, I just appreciate all of that.
I appreciate you, man, for sure.
So on some art shit, like I think he's referring to maybe something from the Furious Styles project.
Yep, yep, that's what he's talking about. Yep.
I segued that. I just got to shout that out. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Bear One, man. Yeah, like,
and you see how I threw in, like, I went 2 albums on the track. I did the shuffle. You know what I'm saying?
You went back.
Like, you got 2 albums and a shuffle.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
People we were supposed to listen to didn't even get no time.
Yeah, I feel like that's my spirit animal right there, Furious Styles. I mean, as I became a father and, as somebody that grew up with, my father was in and out of my life. And I think Furious Styles, for a lot of kids, man, he was like the guy that you wish you had in your corner. You know what I mean? And that's who I really want to be, man. I really want to be the guy that's been through it, that's still doing it, but also doesn't have a problem putting my arm around a younger guy that's on the come up and showing him what I know. I think in this industry, in this business, and not just in my business, but all y'all business, I'm sure, you have people that have information that won't share it or won't help. And you kind of wonder, what do you gain from not allowing me to grow and learn too? There's enough for all of us to eat, I believe. So when I come across people that don't want to share the information or help out, I get turned off immediately. You know what I mean?
For sure. And my question about that was, see, that's what I'm saying. I brought up the fucking record, and he just gave me
Mike.
But my question was, that's one of my favorite of your album covers. What's your favorite album cover art? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You got quite a few. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would say Furious Styles is up there. There's one that I did with my crew out in Germany, the Snow Goons, called Your Favorite MC, which is it's a comic book. I grew up on comic books, and it was a comic book rendering of me and like the superhero John. I really, really love that. But by far it'll probably be always The Majestic, which is just a cover of my son, who I mentioned earlier, who's nonverbal autistic. He can't talk to me. He can't tell me what he's feeling. And it's just a picture of him in the water, his favorite place in the world. All he loves to do is swim in the ocean and in the pool. He just wants to swim. And it just felt like, I still can't really not get emotional without talking about that, but it just felt like I honor him every day. He honors me every day, but it just felt like he's immortalized forever now. People have my son's picture on vinyl and CDs in their room all over the world. And for me, that goes further than any artist rendering, anything that I could ever do. People know Isaiah Lacey. They know my son. They have the image of him in his most favorite place in such a peaceful moment. I caught him. It was nobody else on the beach. The sun was going down, and he's just like, stepping into the water, about to go and be happy and peaceful away from the world. So for me to use that as an album cover, that'll always probably be my favorite. I don't think I could ever top that one. So I'm gonna say that one, Dame. That one.
Oh, and it's a beautiful record.
Thank you, man.
It's a beautiful body of work. And I can tell you that. But when it came out, me and Yaya listened to it in the car. And then I listen to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
like just,
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, we really took our time with it. We worked on it for 2 years. We cut it down to 13 songs because we had the infamous, 20 track. I said we can't do that, man. We gotta I would have cut more, but it didn't feel right. So, but yeah, man, I really, and that made me feel good because there obviously all of us as artists, we go through those periods where, we don't want to deal with this shit, man. You think about just, man, I'm gonna just go get me a job at the bank and call it a day, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go work in HR or something. And I was at that period when I was working on that record. I just was through with music. I wasn't really feeling it, and it just brought me back and it let me know that I still have a little bit more to say. And the response from people let me know that I'm gonna still be able to be around for a little bit, and I'm gonna take advantage of that. So I appreciate the love, man.
Can I say?
Oh, go ahead. I want to chime in too. Go ahead, real quick. As a marketing person, you had like this whole awesome marketing campaign around the Majestic, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like doing this to get the albums printed, to send them out. Like, so it was kind of like this, like everyone was rallying, you know, with you, right? To get this out into the hands of people, which I also thought was
we kept it super grassroots. You know what I'm saying? I love the marketing mind, respected the marketing. So that's what's up. Thank you. From a master marketer as yourself, I really appreciate that. We just wanted to like really include everybody in the process of it, and just to make sure that people understood that this was a genuine effort. And again, like, obviously money is awesome, but that's not why we do it. That's not why we create what we create. We do it because we want to give people an experience, the same as your events. I'm sure y'all feel the same way when y'all throw something at the pier or wherever y'all throwing something or doing something. You want to give people something that they're going to walk away from and be happy and be talking about it years from now. Like, remember that time we went to Tiny Room for Elephants and we saw this incredible painting and we saw this awesome performance and all our friends were there and we were drinking and having a good time. I want that to be that way for my music. I want you to listen to it and remember, like, damn, that was a good time when I heard that record. I love that record. Let me go back and listen to it again. Let me continue to support this artist. Let me continue to, follow what they're doing because I truly believe in them. It's not about believing in, my persona. I want y'all to believe in me as an individual and as a man. Like, I fall short a lot. I'm going to fall short. I'm going to fuck up. I'm going to say stupid stuff. But I try to always take accountability, man, and be mindful of what I'm saying and what I'm doing and leaving people with a genuine understanding of who I am, and also know that I come with love and respect first and foremost. Anything else after that, that might be your own fault. You know what I mean? But I'm coming first and foremost with love and respect. You know what I mean?
Yo, just real quick, David, I'm gonna give it back to you, man. I just want to, because you brought up your son, and I didn't listen. I mean, I heard the name Isaiah in your music, and then I read one of your posts, and you talked about pushing him around the neighborhood in your grandfather's wheelchair,
soon as we
following his eyes, and then like seeing where he looks, and maybe if he looks to the left, then we go to the left, or if he looks down this block, we go to. And I was looking at this, and I'm like, yo, man. This dude is such a solid dude as a father, man. This, the fact that you're willing to put that kind of energy in the world, and the fact that you're willing to share that along with your art and along with your music and all of that, dude, I want to just tell you, man, how much I appreciate that, man, because I think so many of us as Black men come up short because we get so caught up on this extra pride shit. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to let people see our soft side.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you're willing to put up posts like that, man, and willing to show people your vulnerable side, man, I think there's a lot of value in that, man. And I appreciate the fact that you're willing to do that, man. And you should be celebrated for that, man.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. And it's like you said, man. Like, a lot of those dudes that carry it like that, that energy don't feel genuine, does it? It feels like you're trying too hard, man. We all got vulnerability. We all got issues in our life that make us a little teary-eyed and emotional. And why hide that? Why not show all the sides of who we are? We're not just one thing. I'm not a monolith. You're not a monolith. No one on this call is one thing. So let's not be afraid to show all the sides of ourselves. You know what I mean? Like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like let it be shown. Let it be known who you truly are. And I think that's something I'm becoming a lot more comfortable with the older I get, man. You get past all that posturing bullshit, man.
That's what's
you know
up,
what I mean?
man.
For real.
And that's what's up, man. And I truly, when I clicked on your Instagram and started looking through your story, man, and after listening to your music, it was like, oh shit, like he like a real dude too, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
you know what I mean? He spit some hard shit, but he's like a real dude, and I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a wind it down with this, right? On a fun kind of thing. I watch a lot of podcasts myself, and one of my favorites right now is the Knuckleheads podcast.
Okay.
First of all, basketball's back. Let's go Sixers. You know what I'm saying?
Stop represent.
Let's go Sixers. So I watched a lot of the Knuckleheads is a podcast with Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles that they do. And they interview like other, you know what I'm saying, other back and they do
players and stuff. Yep.
They do kind of like a marry, kill, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So in honor of like, you know, like Freddie Fox and the people that Mike is familiar with, you know what I'm saying? On that
right.
shit.
Yeah. That bully rap shit, MOP. You know what I mean? Heather B. We can go all day.
Yeah. We're gonna play this game called It's Didn't Get the Call. Oh no, wait in the dressing room, come on stage and rock, throw them off the stage.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to use some of these 50 plus. Because, they rapping real good right now. And I'm like, like you said, like Black Thought is like.
Yeah.
Killing them right now.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. I think Jay-Z elevating.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Eminem is still elevating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're going to take Jay-Z, Black Thought, and Eminem, and one gets thrown off the stage, one gets to rock as a feature on your song, and one got to wait in the dressing room.
You had to pick three of the greatest of all time. So I ain't really no wrong answer.
It's not.
I think there is a wrong answer, just for the record.
All right, okay. All right. So I'm gonna say this is gonna sound crazy. All right, so Hove is gonna wait in the dressing room, okay?
There you go.
Because when I come off the stage, I want him to be like, yo, son, you killed it, son. Like, you son, you the Rock Nation, son. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk in the dressing room. Who's coming on stage is Tariq Trotter.
Facts.
I'm a MC from Philadelphia, bro. Like, I don't care who the fuck you are. If you tell me that anybody but that man is the greatest from this city, we're gonna have a serious discussion. And I'm gonna break it down for you why, like, he's inspired not just me, but the whole generation I come from to be an MC. There was nobody before this man came along, and shouts to Quest and the whole crew, but him specifically, that lets you know you could be from Philly and you could really do this. And unfortunately, I'm throwing him off the stage, not because of his lyrical skills or whatever else. It's because I hate his damn fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate all the white kids that don't listen to nothing else, but they'll tell you Eminem is the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm throwing him off the stage for that reason and that reason only. Anybody that watches this, please don't hit me up with your hate mail. You know, talking about M is the greatest. Because there's gonna be some white kid from Iowa. It's gonna be like, I used to listen to you, Reef. You dissed Eminem. I'm never talking to you again. So that's the order I would do it in. But yeah, Thought. I mean, to me, like, I love Hove. I love all those New York guys, but I'm a hometown dude, and like, that guy is just, you know, he's an inspiration, man. You know what I mean? When I heard that, you know, recent was the Thought versus Everybody, I threw my pen in the trash for a couple of days. Like, man, it ain't even worth nothing writing nothing right now. You know what I mean?
Out, man.
Every goddamn body.
Every goddamn body.
Listen, if Thought is in the equation, everybody else gets canceled.
So straight up.
Dude, I don't care. And I'm a New York cat, and I'll put Thought above all of them, dude. Thought is just one of the illest rappers ever. Hold on, my daughter needs my attention. What's up, baby?
So shout out to Eminem. Give me that. Shout out to Eminem for getting thrown off the stage, but also having Black Thought on a record, on his last record.
That's true. That's true.
True. You know what I'm saying? He's still in there. You know what I'm saying?
He's still there. He's still there.
You about to leave? Okay.
Also, I'm going to sneak this one in. And then J-Dog, what he does is he plays this out, you know what I'm saying, with a little tune he plays on the keyboard. But I'm going to sneak this last question in. Have you listened to the J Electronica record, and what do you think?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that, you know, we got a really poetic, introspective, you know, damn near 5% Jay-Z, 5% Nation Jay-Z, not 5% level of rapping. I was really surprised by that. I, however, was really wanting, and I guess I'm like a lot of other people, spoiled rap fans, I wanted a solo J Electronica record. I wanted to hear, you know, I wanted to hear J Elect tell a story. You know, like I love when dudes rap, but I have, you know, mad J Elect playlists where it's just, you know, 30 songs of him spitting that, you know, street science stuff that he does. But I wanted to hear some more concrete stuff, more stuff about his life. I thought it was a great project, but again, I hope the second go around, I hope we get a record from him that is more just him. I thought it was very, very cool to get the, you know, arguably the most successful rapper of all time to get on damn near your whole album. That was pretty impressive. So kudos to him. But hopefully this second record, we get a little bit more. Give me 10 joints of just you. We don't need no features. I want to hear JLX because he's one of the greats to me too. Yep.
All right, so I appreciate that. We've been having these little things because that's one of the first records that we talked about, and I've had a lot of conversations with, like, you know, DJs and rappers, and, like, you know, they have opinions about all of that. So I'm just gathering opinions.
I got you.
And, like, I have an opinion, but I got to keep mine out of it, and we can talk about that over beer when we can and do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, yo, I just want to say thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Yo,
you.
Reef, thank you so much, man. Thank you for hanging with us, man.
Giving us that real, those South Philly feels, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Come on, bro.
Little young Reef. Young Reef.
Giving us those South Philly feels and shit, and also giving us that real, that real talk that I think artists need. So, just want to say thanks again, and J-Dog's going to play us out. And
all right.
There you go.
All right. Thank y'all so much for having me today. I really appreciate Tiny Room for Elephants always. Y'all have been supporting me from day one. I know when this COVID shit is finally done and over, we could all be together again. Y'all going to throw a party that people going to remember forever. And yeah, just anyone watching, follow me at Lost Cauze on Twitter and Instagram, Reef The Lost Cauze on Facebook, all that other good stuff. And J-Dog, take us away, my G.
Nice work, Jay.